I was just looking at some data from PwC that we talked about earlier this week. According to PwC, in pharma, AI has the potential to boost profits by $250 billion a year globally. This is all the companies by 2030. When we talk about this, what areas in pharma and drug development do you see benefiting the most in the near term?
Frank, pharma is a very intelligent industry, and intelligent AI is here and it's making a big impact industry after industry, but especially in an industry like pharma. So in pharma, the biggest opportunity is for new drugs. That's content creation, new content creation. AI can go through vast data sets and help you get to much better drug molecules in a more efficient manner, and also actually come up with totally new molecules that have never been invented before, new families of molecules. So huge opportunities there. And then, of course, there's a huge opportunity when it comes to clinical trials, finding the right patients, finding the right sites, finding the right way to get the clinical trials to move through very fast, and then enormous opportunities to help doctors manage their patients a lot better. So AI is going to improve productivity across the board, and pharma is definitely going to benefit from it.
So I really want to kind of lean into your insight. So it's going to be some new drugs potentially developed faster, but are there certain areas you expect to see development really get a big boost? Like, is it oncology? Is it HIV? Is it weight loss? I mean, what areas do you think see the most near-term impact?
Most likely infectious disease. I think that's where we can get much better molecules. There is a big issue around the world about antibiotics that have started to create some resistance. So we need new families of molecules there to fight these bugs that are starting to happen around the world. Oncology is a huge area because that's where you can do a lot of good genomics on the tumor and then go after the tumor in a very precise manner. In fact, it's really area after area. Even GLP-1s, which is weight loss, those are now opening up a huge area for maybe 30% of the population. But down the road, there will be specific GLP-1s for specific people, personalization of medicine. So that, again, another opportunity for AI.
Yeah, so more like customized drugs. That's really interesting. So I also want to get your take on, I want to get your take on this as well. So earlier this week, Sanofi sealed a Gen AI deal with OpenAI on drug development. We got the chance to speak with the company's chief digital officer. I want to get your response to what he had to say.
We're not narrowing it to the most profitable drugs. It's all about the unmet needs. And with generative AI, you can not only map proteins, but potentially even generate new proteins. So I think the spectrum of the possible is huge, Frank. It's not just on specific drugs. It's a wide range of drugs.
So, by the way, I asked him, are you going to focus this mostly on the most profitable drugs? And you could hear his response. He thinks it's going to be kind of a wide range. But I do have to ask you, isn't there going to be a temptation for these companies just to really focus on the most profitable drugs as opposed to possibly the most needed drugs, like the GLP-1s? That's a very profitable business.
Well, first of all, on Sanofi, I really have to say that that's a very advanced company on this subject. And proteins are the best area for work with AI because it's not just the molecule, it's also the shape of the molecule. That's why it's so important. And there's so much complexity there, and AI is making a big difference. Now, when it comes to GLP-1s, yes, there is a big benefit for the companies, and they're making good money on their weight loss drugs. But we have to remember that overweight is the biggest cause of healthcare costs. And if you can get the weight down with the GLP-1s, you can not only benefit from the weight loss, you can see less heart attacks, less strokes, less other bad things. So I personally think it's a win-win for society. Innovation pays for the innovator, but it also helps society.